Stitchers, I'm back again. Today I'm doing my tool time tag, which was started by Joanne. I have to admit that I've broken the rules and I think I've got 10 in my my list, but I'm sorry. But there you go. And I've had to make myself a little list, and I've not got my glasses on, so I'm struggling to see this, so I hope I get this right. So the first thing on my list is my Millennium frame. Now, I've only had it a few weeks, but I just couldn't stitch without it anymore. In fact, the last two projects I did on a scroll frame, and I just couldn't wait to get back to this because it's just fab. The tension is perfect, there's no worrying about the ends slipping, it's just brill. So yeah, Millennium frame. I'm trying to make this brief, by the way, because my videos tend to sort of go on a bit, but then again, when I'm watching other people's videos, I love long videos, so anyway, make it brief. I'm going out anyway, and the taxi's going to be here in 45 minutes, so I've got to make it brief. Second thing on my list, well, sort of 3-4 things in one, but now I'm going to say my stand, even though I hate this stand, but having a stand makes things so much better. And here comes the first kitty to make an appearance, and today we've got Sydney. Hey Sydney, say hello to YouTube. No, just purring instead. Okay, don't get in the way. That's Sydney. Yeah, I just hate this stand with a passion. I bought it in a rush because I just wanted a stand, and I'd seen this, I thought it looks good, I'll get it, but it's so unbalanced, it's forever falling over. I hate having it in front of me because I struggle to get up with my disabilities. I've got my walking stick, which is also in purple, my favourite colour, which I keep nearby, but it's just when you're having to sort of negotiate this, and there's not much room because I've got a pouffe in front of me. Anyway, but yeah, having a stand does make things easier. But also, I love my lamp. I don't know how, I mean, I've been stitching for like nearly 26 years. I've only had the lamp for a year, and I don't know how I stitched without a lamp before because it's just the best thing ever. And I do like the way that it attaches to the frame and everything's in one. My magnifier, because my eyesight isn't great. Unfortunately, my eyesight's declining a bit, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But the magnifier helps. And also a clip-on, trying to show my pattern, take that off, having a clip-on chart holder is just a brilliant invention. I think it's wonderful because, I mean, I have used the boards before, which are fine, but I just like being able to, you know, having it and moving it around and, you know, up and down, because the TV's in front of me, so if I've got a big pattern it's hard to see, but I can move it down, and I just love that. Okay, what's next on the list? Handeze gloves. I'll talk about these because I've got lots of different health problems, including arthritis in my wrists and my hands, which is bad at the moment. So when it flares up, I wear these Handeze gloves. And I have them in 2 different colours, just so I've got one pair for washing, one pair for wearing, the other pair's in black. In fact, this pair could do with washing because it's got some highlighter on there, but they just help my arthritis so much. I've got the ones with the extra support on around the wrist, and they've made my life so much better. Unfortunately, my fingers are quite swollen at the moment because my wrists are bad. My fingers swell and I struggle to get my rings on today. But Handeze gloves are definitely up there. I'll put a link below to that just in case anybody's wondering about them or thinks they might help somebody, because I just thought it was a load of rubbish when I was first told about them. I thought, they're not going to do anything, but the difference they make is unbelievable. In fact, I even use them if I'm on the computer, or even sometimes like today I'm going out and I'll use them, you know, just for day-to-day things because they're brilliant. Next, moisturiser, because I also have eczema. In fact, it's flared up at the moment, it's underneath the band there, so it's a bit sore. And every time I wash my hands I have to put moisturiser on, and as you'll know as a stitcher, it's very difficult to put moisturiser on because your hands slip. But I heard about this one, and everything they've said about it is true. It's called utterly smooth, and it's got a cow print on it. And I mean, I've got a big tub of it that I just keep next to me all the time. And it's greaseless, so if you get a bit on your fabric, it's not going to mark the fabric. Greaseless and stainless. But really, you know, when you've put it on, even if you put it on your fingers, just wait maybe 5 minutes and it's fine. You can pick up your needle, no problem. I've had, you know, I've tried all sorts of hand creams over the years for stitching, because the hand cream I use for normal day to day I can't use with my stitching, and this does work. So my moisturiser, highlighter. Obviously, like with most stitches, I mark my chart off. I tend to mark my chart off in yellow or orange, but I've only got pink at the moment. And I always mark off the back stitch in blue, so I know where I am. Highlighters. And in frame I've done my reading glasses, which are over there. I can't get my reading glasses, but I'm having a lot of trouble with my eyesight. One of the conditions I've got is called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I've got stage 2, and it affects like all the muscular tissue, the connective tissue in your body, and that includes the tissue that holds like your retina in place, or your lens, whichever, I can't remember. So my eyesight, as that's deteriorating, my eyesight's deteriorating, and I mean literally every 6 months I need stronger glasses, but at the moment I need different glasses for stitching and reading than I do for everything else. So my reading glasses are a big must, and obviously my magnifying frame. The next thing is, in fact I should have this over here because this is on my list as well, so I'll do this first. Oh, if I can pick it up with my wrist cert. This box, I bought it in Aldi for £4.99. It was just as a general craft box, but it's brilliant for all my stitching stuff. I've got my needles separated into gold, normal and beading needles, like a place for my pins and my needle threaders, put all my little accessories in front, and then like charts and the threads that I'm working with in the bottom, and I love it. £4.99 from Aldi, it's brilliant. Just struggling to hold it a bit, sorry, my wrists, to put it down. Yeah, so the next thing was my embroidery scissors, which have a cat on them, obviously, and a purple, obviously, what else? And they are the best embroidery. They're probably about the cheapest pair of scissors I've ever had. Can't remember how much they were, but they're also one of the best pairs of scissors I've ever had. They are so sharp, unbelievable scissors. My thread holders, I've got the Paco thread organisers. Oh, Sydney's coming back. I have 2 of them. Oops, hang on, stuck to some pins. Oh, by the way, these pins that I mentioned on my last video were terrible because I put them in the fabric to count them and the colour came off on the fabric, so I won't be using them, but they're pretty, but I won't be using those again. Yeah, my Paco thread organisers, absolutely brilliant, really cut down the time. You know, everything I've got is here. Drop that around the floor. You can write either the DMC number or the symbol. I've written the number for this one. You know, in there, and you've got all your threads there, and they're easy to take out simply by just, she says, yeah. Okay, that wasn't as easy. Just unlooping them, and now when you're putting them back in, they just loop around the peg and back through the foam. And you can also, if you want, keep one threaded and pop the needle in, but they do a separate one for that, a needle organiser, which I did originally buy until I remembered the fact that I've got 15 cats, well 18 with the foster cats, and needles, threads and cats don't really mix, so in fact I have. Hello, I'm back again. I'm sorry about that before, the battery ran out of the camera. So we're now 3 hours later, 3.5 hours later, and I'm back home after having my meal, and I've just got to turn the camera on. You've got to see this. Obviously I don't have enough beds for my cats, so they have to sleep. Oh no, Derek's off. No, that was Derek, and Roger's still on there. They have to sleep on plastic bags. Those are the plastic bags that usually go over my Millennium frame. Anyway, I'd nearly finished. I only had one more thing, and that was my hand wipes. My final tool, if you can call it a tool, is my hand wipes. Because obviously we don't like sewing if our hands get sticky or what have you, so quick hand wipe and we're done. Anyway, that's it. I've just got one more thing which isn't tool related, but if I can get it out, my Heaven and Earth design showed up. So that is the one that I've ordered. Hope you can see that alright. It's called Ashley Gardens. A bit lower parts. Ashley Gardens. I think it's lovely. And I'm going to break a habit of a lifetime, and I'm going to do that next. And I'm going to break 2 habits of a lifetime because obviously the Mirabilia Stitch Along starts in January, and I never have more than one whip on a go after nearly 26 years of stitching, with the exception of cards, which can be allowed. I've never had more than one whip on the go at a time, but in January, because I'm quite sure, well, I mean, I've got this to finish yet, which shouldn't take too long. Then I've got my Heaven and Earth, and I'm quite sure that I'm not going to got the Heaven and Earth finished by the time January comes around. So I'm going to have 2 whips. Yeah, and I blame all you lot out there because I never did this until YouTube, so it's your fault. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I'm sorry about the break in between. Yeah, but that's it. So I'll probably do another video when my fabric arrives. I've had an email while I was out to say it's been dispatched from the wonderful Jodrey Designs. And I know I should be getting July's fabric of the month with that as well. And I might even get August fabric of the month. And Amanda, we all know what this month's fabric of the month is from Jodrey Designs. But anyway, I'll show you that when it comes, and I actually had a little part to play in that, but I'll explain that when it comes. Anyway, that's it for now, so bye.